So, have you ever wondered what happens when your favorite food companies get out of the kitchen and try their hand at making tech? We're talking gadgets from McDonald's, Oreo, Coca-Cola, you name it. And today, we're going to find out if they can actually make top-tier tech, or, if they should just stick to what they know. Okay, let's get into it.
To kick things off, I want to start with a simple question. Should a beer company make a phone? I know it sounds weird, but the answer might just surprise you. And honestly, it perfectly sets the stage for the totally strange and wonderful world of food brand tech we are about to dive into.
So here's the game plan. First, we're going to look at those little single-purpose gadgets. Then, we'll move on to the bigger, more ambitious appliances. After that, we'll get into some truly bizarre marketing stunts, and then do a little case study on McDonald's tech flops. And finally, we'll deliver our verdict. All right, first up, the single-purpose gadgets. These are the small, kind of novelty items that promise to solve a super specific problem, a problem you probably didn't even know you had in the first place. Okay, first we've got Pot Noodle's official spinning fork. The promise was so simple: twirl your noodles with zero effort. But the reality, well, it's a bit more chaotic. It's not just that it sounds like you brought heavy machinery to the dinner table, it's that it's genuinely worse at twirling noodles than a regular old fork. It literally fails at its one and only job. Next, we have the Cheetos Duster. The concept here is actually kind of brilliant. Cheetos realized people love the dust, so why not make a machine that creates it on demand? The problem is the execution. The result is this: an atrocious-looking machine that's way less efficient than just, crushing the Cheetos in the bag yourself. It's the perfect example of a solution desperately looking for a problem. Now, this is where things cross the line from just being a failure into a fascinating gimmick. The Oreo Music Box is surprisingly high-tech. It uses light sensors to figure out how much of the cookie you've eaten, and then it changes the music. You can even record little messages on it. But let's be real. After that initial whoa factor, it's about 20 minutes of fun before it just starts gathering dust on a shelf. Okay, time to level up. We're moving on from the small gadgets to the really ambitious appliances, the bigger, more expensive stuff that's actually supposed to earn a permanent spot on your kitchen counter. So this is the reaction somebody had to the hot chocolate made by the Hotel Chocolatizer Velvetizer. It's a machine designed to make the smoothest, most velvety hot chocolate you can imagine. And based on that initial taste test, wow, it sounds like a massive success, right? A true 10 out of 10 drink. But there's a catch. And here's the catch, and it is a big one. You see, all the flavor comes from these pre-made chocolate packets. The machine only adds texture. So the real question you gotta ask yourself is this: is a tiny, maybe 5% improvement in texture worth the high price tag, the counter space it takes up, and the pain of having to hand wash it every time? For most people, that's gonna be a hard no. And believe me, the problems only get bigger when we look at Coca-Cola. You'd think a huge brand like that would deliver on quality, but their hot dog roller literally launches sausages across the kitchen. And their home vending machine, it shakes the cans so violently, you're basically opening a soda grenade. The common thread here, as you can see, is just cheap materials and terrible design that just don't match the brand or the price. Okay, let's get into the really strange stuff. These are products that feel less like things you're actually supposed to buy and use, and more like elaborate marketing campaigns built to get us all talking. Hey, remember that question from the beginning? Well, Heineken did make a phone, and it is intentionally, beautifully terrible. The camera is awful, the build quality is so bad you can see glue marks, and the snake game literally wins itself and tells you to go party. The instructions for calling a taxi are, and I quote, "ask the bartender." It's a genius piece of marketing that gets their message across. Put down your phone and go socialize. This one is just wild. Pizza Hut released the 3D printable files for a pizza warmer that actually attaches to your PlayStation 5. It redirects the console's exhaust heat to keep a slice of pizza warm while you're gaming. And the shocking thing is, it actually works. The pizza in the warmer stays noticeably warmer than the one just sitting in the box. A gimmick, for sure, but a surprisingly effective one. And then there's the KFC Scented Fire Log. On the one hand, the smell is uncannily accurate. It's like the 11 herbs and spices are right there in your fireplace. But on the other hand, it looks like, well, literal garbage that's been run through a trash compactor. And it costs $25? It's a very strange, very novel product, that's for sure. All right, for our final case study, let's put one of the biggest food brands in the world under the microscope and look at its collection of uniquely disappointing tech.
Welcome everyone to the McDonald's Tech Graveyard. First up, the Phone Wedge, a beanbag stand that feels like a fossil from 2008. Then we have the Frybox Charger, which might be the single worst wireless charger ever made. We're talking over 5 hours for a full charge. And to complete this trifecta of failure, we have a keyboard that looks cool but has mushy, awful keys. Each one is a masterclass in how not to make a tech product.
So, after looking at everything from spinning forks to phones that tell you to go party, what's the final verdict? Is it even possible for these brands to make good tech?
But amidst all the chaos and failure, there is one clear winner, and it's this: a professional, heated Nutella dispenser. Now, it's not for you and me, it's for hotels, but it does one simple job. It takes a giant pouch of Nutella, heats it to the perfect temperature, and dispenses it on demand. Unlike almost everything else we've seen, it solves a real problem and it does it perfectly. This is the success story we've been looking for.
So when we chart it all out, the picture becomes crystal clear. As you can see from this bar graph, the vast majority of these products land squarely in the failure or gimmick category. Only a tiny handful, like that glorious Nutella dispenser, can be called a true success. The data really speaks for itself here.
And that just leaves us with one final thought. If most of these products are pretty much destined to fail or be forgotten, why do these huge brands keep making them? Is the goal even to sell a useful product anymore? Or is it all just an elaborate, and yeah, sometimes very strange, attempt to get our attention? What do you think?